Hey guys, wanted to show you a new feature that we've added to the Props.Cash NBA dashboard that we think would be helpful when you're doing your playoff props research this year. And that is the ability to filter a player's statistics as well as their hit rate when you put in their minutes per game. So, why we think this would be helpful is that during the NBA playoffs, stars on teams as well as quality starters tend to see a minutes increase, whereas role players, bench guys, those sort of 8, 9, 10 guys down the bench tend to see a minutes decrease. So, to give you a sense of what we're talking about, let's look at a guy who is going to be playing some significant minutes, we think, during the playoffs this year. Let's look at Dame Lillard. So, Damian Lillard this year, 28.6 points per game over 64 games. He's having an incredible year. And let's take a look at his minutes. 35.7 minutes. So definitely a good amount of minutes. But now let's compare that to his playoff track record. Let's go to Basketball Reference. All right, so over 55 games in his career, playoff games, Dame is averaging 40.2 minutes per game. It's a huge, huge amount of minutes. You can see it fluctuates a little bit year to year. I think last year he was injured in that first round series against the Lakers, but for the most part, almost every year he's in that high 30s, low 40s. So assuming that he makes that jump this year, how would that impact his statistics and his hit rate? Well, we're not exactly sure, but maybe we can look at his seasonal work this year to get an idea. So over 64 games this year, he's hit the line of 28.5 points per game, 53.1% of the time. That's pretty good. But let's see what happens when we raise his minutes per game to 37. All right, so in games this year where Dame has played 37 minutes or more, there's been 26 of them, he's hit that line 61.5% of the time. Pretty good. Let's raise it to 39. All right, so in 10 games this year where he's played 39 minutes or more, he's hit his points line in 8 of those, 80% of the time. And let's finish things off by putting 40.2 because that was his playoff career average. And there you have it. Only 5 games this year where he's played that much, but in all 5 of those games, he has hit his points line while averaging a ridiculous 38.6 points per game. So we hope this tool will give you a sense of how these inevitable minute increases or decreases, depending on the player, may impact their statistics and their hit lines going into the playoffs. Thanks so much for checking this out. If you have any questions or comments or feedback, please feel free to send them our way.